Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so yeah, another base Goku. Let's go. So JP just tweeted out the details for the Part 2 LR for the Turles celebration over on JP, and let's be honest, there were only a few possible options that it could have been. I know some people were speculating some different things. They brought out the Prime Battle LR Dr. Wheelo, so I know Truth wanted to see like a Roshi, Goku and Krillin from the World's Strongest movie. But it being the Turles celebration, it kind of makes sense that the Part 2 LR be this Goku, even though, you know, we've seen them do weird things in the past, like Kale's celebration be the Part 2 LR Super Buu. And I feel like this is one of those instances where they really should have done that and just done something different. Like, you could tie it into being movie related even. Maybe even another villain, right? Because it's not like we don't need more of those. But no, we've got another base Goku. He is Super Int. I did post the video for the animations earlier. I'm going to do that now a lot when with these JP releases where we have to wait for translations. I'm just going to post the super attack straight away so people can see them, because I know not everybody's on Twitter. And then once we've got the translations, then I'll make this video. So obviously shout out to the homie Goresh. We have the translations here. So let's go ahead and see what he does. So is obviously just called Base Goku. The very top and bottom are cut out, but I'll read them out anyway. So, power to defend the green planet. Base Goku Super Int. His leader skill is Movie Heroes or Final Trump Card, 4 key and 150. Obviously standard leader skill typing for a yellow coin LR. His 12 key super, the Destructo Disc, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, does colossal damage. His 18 key is the Kaioken times 10. Greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn and do mega colossal damage to all enemies. So his 18 key super is an AoE, doing mega colossal. It's pretty cool. I do like the animation, right? It's the clip from, I can't remember which 2 of the Turles minions it is, but I put it in the thumbnail, right, where he sticks his arms out either side and does the massive blast. I think that's pretty cool. So it's an AoE attack. His passive, Earth Saving Light. Key plus 5, attack and defense 150 at the start of the turn. Get an additional attack and defense 100% when launching a super attack if there is 1 enemy. Okay, so that's a pretty good 100% on super buff is pretty good. If there are 2 or more enemies, gain an additional 5 key and an additional attack and defense 30% for every enemy that exists past the second enemy. Max attack and defense of 150. So he won't be getting the 100 on super, but instead he will be getting... that's not on super, is it? So he'll just be getting an extra... It says past the second enemy. So does that mean if there's only 2 enemies, he doesn't actually get anything, right? He gets the extra 5 key. But yeah, past the second enemy. So does that mean there has to be 3 for him to get 30% attack and defense? And it's a max of 150, which means he would be getting the buff 5 times. And there can only ever be 6 enemies. So yeah, 2 enemies must count, and he gets 30%, right? Then he gets an additional 5 key, attack 59% for the rest of the battle when landing a finishing blow. Gain an additional attack and defense 100% when key is 21 or more. So I saw some people after the, people obviously do their rough translations with Google Translate as soon as these things come out. I normally like to wait for somebody like Goresh, who obviously, you know, fluent in Japanese, you know, will give us the right translations. I saw a lot of people saying that they thought he was bad, but like, I know people don't like finishing blow, passive restrictions, but I mean, he's a mega colossal AoE unit. So in events, like I'm trying to think about certain events, like the early phases, he's getting so much attack. Like if we think about 1 enemy, let's forget about the AoE, I guess, because multiple enemies, there's not a lot of relevant events where you're going to be fighting multiple enemies. But you're getting 150% at the start of turn, 100% on super, and then you're getting... Now, I don't know if that last part is tied into the finishing blow, because it's got a separate punctuation between it. But if you're getting the 100% attack and defense when key is 21 or more all the time, like even on turn 1, which I assume you do from the way it's worded, he's going to be doing a lot of damage, right, on his 18 key super. So surely getting his finishing blow is not going to be as difficult as some of these other units that don't hit as hard, right? Like if a unit needs to get a finishing blow, like STR Rose, he hits decently hard for an easy ATUR, but he's not going to be absolutely destroying enemies, right? And this guy greatly raises attack on super, so if you get an additional, his 12 key greatly raises attack as well. I feel like it won't be that difficult to get, right? And then he has an active skill. So this is the interesting thing you got to remember about a finishing blow character. So his active skill is the Super Spirit Bomb, able to be used when 3 turns or more have passed, so turn 3, and HP is 59% or below, or after 5 or more turns have passed and there's 1 enemy. So if you're at 59% or less HP, you can use it on turn 3. Otherwise, you have to use it on turn 5, and it has to be against 1 enemy. It massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. So the thing about this is, depending on what phase of the event you're in, if you go into turn 3 at 59% or less HP, you are potentially going to be able to kill the enemy with his active skill, and then that gives him his final blow buff. Which, remember, is not just the attack, but his 5 key, which he's also getting at the start of the turn anyway. So, getting his 18 key super shouldn't be too difficult. And then his links are Saiyan Warrior Race, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Z Fighters, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So, having All in the Family, good. Saiyan Lineage, good. Prepared for Battle is obviously good, Legendary Power, and then his categories are cut off at the bottom, but he's on Movie Heroes, Final Trump Card, Pure Saiyan, Goku Family, Turtle School, Bond of Friendship, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, oh, and Power of Wishes as well. I guess, yeah, because he does the Spirit Bomb, right? So even if there's no Dragon Balls related, anything Spirit Bomb related is on Power of Wishes. So the thing about this, now obviously he's a base Goku, so that kind of sucks. Now, the thing is, it's kind of funny. There was this tweet from Truth. He got this DM from Goresh while he was doing the translations. You're going to love this. Think Raditz in terms of design. I don't think he's that bad, just from reading his kit. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. You guys can let me know. But this is the big problem, right? Look at all the base form Goku. Now, a bunch of these are old units, old TURs, free-to-play units, right? They're not exactly super usable necessarily. But the big thing is, since the start of the year, we've had this guy come out for the anniversary, who obviously Global are going to get soon, but, you know, it doesn't matter because we're getting that LR Goku later in the year with the Turles celebration anyway. So, you had this guy come out, who is an incredibly good slot 1 unit, like an absolute top tier unit in the game, very, very strong. And this new Goku is definitely not a slot 1 unit. So you can't run them together, right? Because you'd have this guy in slot 1. You can't have another base Goku in slot 2. Otherwise, you won't have any links active. And we got this guy come out for Golden Week. I swear I closed those stupid drop-down ads. But this guy that came out for Golden Week, who is also a slot 1 unit most of the time. So we've already got 2 really good base Gokus released this year who are both slot 1 units. So, I mean, I guess you could use them as a slot 3. The only saving grace is I brought up the Movie Heroes category, which obviously he does lead. And if we take a quick look down, like LRs, there's none there. TURs, like, are there any base Gokus that are actually on Movie Heroes? No. Apart from this guy, the EZA Spirit Bomb, Turles Spirit Bomb, was basically the same unit, right? But, you know, this now newer, advanced version. So there are no other base Gokus on Movie Heroes. So, at least on a Movie Heroes team, this guy doesn't actually have any competition. But yeah, other than that, like, where are you going to use him? He's on Final Trump Card, which I guess is decent, right? It's part of the leader skill of the 8th anniversary LRs. But things like Pure Saiyan, Goku Family, Turtle School, but like all of his lower categories, you would use that AGL LR Goku instead. Now, the AGL Goku is a Carnival exclusive LR, so if you didn't pull him during the anniversary, you won't have him, and there's no way to get him currently. But yeah, man, I don't know. He seems like he could be okay. I feel like this is going to be yet another situation like Physical Turles, where a bunch of people are going to call this guy terrible on the timeline, and then the gameplay will come out, and he'll actually be pretty decent, like, by utilizing his active skill or the amount of damage that he does from his supers. It will end up that it's not going to be super difficult to get his finishing blow, and then people will immediately switch up on him. But to me, he definitely reads like a unit that has potential, but is definitely going to be, like, massively underrated by everyone until the in-game showcases come out, right? Because he's getting a decent amount of stats at the start of the turn. he gets 50% raise on his 18 key super. He gets 100% on super, so that incorporates like support. And because he's on Power of Wishes and like Earthred Fighters, for example, you can use units like Bulma, the new LR Bulma, to like juice him up. And then, yeah, if you get 21 key or more, he's getting another 100% attack and defense. So even without his finishing blow, I can imagine that he's going to hit quite hard. And then obviously once you get the finishing blow, it's going to be even more. And one thing to bear in mind that I didn't think about when we were reading this out at the beginning is, I guess once you've got his finishing blow and he gets the guaranteed extra 59% attack, if you still haven't done the active skill and then you use the active skill is going to do even more damage because it's going to have that 59% extra attack factored into his passive. So I mean, I could see this guy hitting hard enough that if you're going into like Red Zone Bro, now obviously something like Red Zone Metal Cooler Core, it's going to suck, right? Because you can't kill the Metal Cooler army, and then against the core, you have type disadvantage. But like, you go into like Red Zone Broly, the chances that this guy is going to be able to just blow away the STR, or especially the Tech Broly, because he has type advantage, I imagine this guy is going to get his finishing blow fairly easily. Now, when it comes to something like Sin, which obviously we don't have on Global yet, but is out on JP, you definitely want to be getting that finishing blow early. But at the end of the day, it gives Ki an extra attack. It doesn't give defense. So it's not like if you don't get his finishing blow by the final phase, you're going to get absolutely clapped, which is what kind of happens with units like STR Rose. So, yeah, I don't know. He seems like he could be pretty decent, but there definitely seems to be some issues with him. I mean, the card's cool, the animations are cool. I know it's another base Goku, but the problem is people want like all of the movies to have representation, and I do as well. But you got to remember that in the first few movies, like the main hero character is pretty much always just going to be base Goku. So, you know, and it's a Dragon Ball game. Goku's the main character. Whether we like it or not, we are going to get a bajillion more Gokus before Dokkan eventually dies, right? So let me know what you guys think of this guy down below. What do you think of him? Are you hyped? Does he look good? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.